Hello everyone and welcome back to Age of Nagash, which is a channel dedicated to Age of Sigmar, and in today's video we are covering but more news, and this is all going to be about the Soulblight Gravelords, in particularly the Blood Knights, because Warhammer community have put up a other article telling us all about these Blood Knights. I haven't read through this article yet, however, unlike the video I did yesterday when I quickly covered the Slaanesh stuff, I do have time to read through it with you guys, so it'll be interesting to find out exactly what we're going to learn from this. It's probably just going to be a bit of lore or something similar to other stuff they did, like the White King video. I doubt we're going to get any rules, but I'm excited to dive in and see what they've got to tell us. And most importantly, remember to let me know your thoughts down in the comments, as I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about all these news and stuff we're getting, particularly on SigCon, but very interested in being the Soulblight Gravelords. So it first says, they may be vampires, but Blood Knights are notoriously picky eaters. And then we have a little picture here, obviously, of the battle tome. I always say this lovely battle tome artwork. And it says, with the Soulblight Gravelords gearing up for war, this is a great time to take a closer look at Blood Knights, the elite cavalry for the vampire hosts. Ever since we announced them, along with a bunch of other models, during the Faith and Damnation preview event that was from a few weeks ago, and people have been thirsting to learn more about them. Hopefully this article will satisfy your craving for now. So really, I'm thinking that the lore is going to be very similar to Blood Knights and Blood Dragons from the world that was in the old world, but maybe there'll be a bit of a twist on it. Obviously it's not going to be exactly the same, so it will be interesting to see. But we have got, again, talking about the old world, some old world artwork here, which again is very nice. They did the same when they talked about the White Kings. And what does it say? So Blood Knights have been a part of Warhammer for quite a while, and their aesthetic has been very consistent over the years. Makes sense for Immortal Vampire Warriors, of course. The jaw-dropping updated models are still clad in usual scalloped heavy plate armour, similar in the style to that worn by members of the Crimson Court Warband for Warhammer Underworlds. Remember, that was from, I think they revealed that just before the Soulblight Gravelord stuff. And here's a really nice cool picture, because we haven't really seen many pictures of this apart from what they showed us in the preview, and just the Blood Knights on, you know, like white backing sheet material, whatever it is, in a photo box. So yeah, that's quite nice, and you get a bit of a sense of scale for them compared to Cowden Overlords. Obviously the Cowden Overlords are down here on lower ground, so it makes them look a bit, you know, smaller, of course, and also being wolves. But these Blood Knights, I think they will be the same size as I'm just looking at my Chaos Knights now. I don't know if they'll be Chaos Knights, but they will be at least the same size as like Kavalos Death Riders for the Ostrich Bone Reapers. I want to say that they will be the same size as the Chaos Knights, but I'm not really too sure, because, you know, a vampire tends to not be as big as a Chaos Warrior, as an example. But I'm happy to be wrong on that. And they've shown with swords here, and I think last time we saw them they had spears. Might be wrong on that, but we might find out a little bit more. But no, really, really nice models. The only problem I had is that, you know, the Nightmare, I believe the steed is called, which Blood Knights and Vampire Lords ride upon, the horses. They're kind of like zombified, and then like, so they've got all this flesh and everything here and muscle, and then suddenly just clear white bone on the faces, which feels a little bit odd. I said that when we were first showing these, but that's just me being really, really like nitpicking. Everything else looks lovely in my honest opinion, and the white skull faces are grown on me a bit more. To be honest, all they would need to do for me is for them just to say they peel the flesh away from the faces of their mounts to give them more of a, I don't know, a nightmarish feel, or just something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I see the lore now, I'm on board. But no, that's really cool. And yeah, the different weapon option as well, which I think they've got, is nice to see. So very nice picture there. And then it says, in the armies of the Vampire Lords, Blood Knights are the cream of the crop. Sorry, they dedicated their undying existence to honouring the art of mounted combat, taking full advantage of the gifts their nature grants. While other vampires see them as arrogant or reckless, they fancy themselves as exemplars of their kind, proving by earning glory on the battlefield. Yeah, like Blood Knights, as far as I know from the world that was, like, I'm not an expert on that lore, but they were they were the warrior kind of the vampire bloodlines. You know, you had the Von Carson, the Necrarch, you had the Larmians, and then you had the Strigoi, and then you had the Blood Dragons, which are the Blood Knights, really. And the Blood Knights are very notorious for being, as it probably said at the title of this article, picky eaters. They wouldn't, unless they had to, they wouldn't just go to a village and slaughter the inhabitants of a village and, you know, drink upon their blood. They would want to have worthy prey. So, you know, like other knightly orders, all these sorts of things to show that they can best themselves at their own combat abilities. And then the other thing as well is, I remember, I didn't read this, but I heard it from someone else, so I think it's true, that they managed to beat the blood... is it called the Blood Curse? Or whatever is called the first in curse to have to drink blood as a vampire in Age of Sigmar. And how they beat it in the old world was, as far as I'm aware, that their leader of their order drank the blood out of a dragon and, you know, drank him dry while the dragon slept. And then that's how he cured his thirst of blood, and that's how they got the name Blood Dragons. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments, but as far as I'm aware, that's what I know. So it's quite a cool little bit there. It'd be interesting to see if it's the same sort of thing here. But anyway, it says, so read through that bit. It says, in battle, Blood Knights are able to direct their fearless nightmare charges into the most violent combat, heedless of danger as they trample down throngs of lesser warriors in search of most worthy foes. This is a very cool vampire. I'm a big fan on the mixed gender unit and all that sort of thing. I think it's very cool. And yeah, this is like the barbed armor you've got on the horse is very cool. I think some people said they put a comment on when we were first shown these Blood Knights, and they said that, you know, they went for a very sort of like Eastern theme with a lot of the skeletons and everything else, and in Cursed City, you know, it's a shame that they didn't do it for the Blood Knights as well, because these are very typical, you know, what we think of Blood Knights, sort of like the armour and everything like that. It's like a Western perspective. And I do understand the point it's come from. I think that would have been cool as well, but I'm just happy to see those fine cast models that I always liked but never bought finally get like plastic updates, in my honest opinion. And I think the paint scheme's cool. I like the idea of painting the armour of the steed, you know, like a darker red, so it really pops when you have the rider on top and the focus is drawn to the rider. I might do like probably black armour potentially for the steed. We'll have to wait and see. I'll probably just compare it to how I've done the rest of my Death Army if and when I ever get these guys, but they are very nice. It says, as with all their kin, Blood Knights are cursed to crave the flesh, vital fluid of the living, even pausing to slake their thirst in the heat of battle. These haughty nobles believe there is honour in imbibing only the blood of the strongest foes, thinking themselves above the vampires that choose to feed on lesser beings. So yeah, it was exactly what I was saying from like the world that was, where they choose to fight other warriors or that sort of thing. Doesn't mean to say that they won't kill people who they seem who are less worthy than them to drink their blood. You know, there's a need to drink blood and there's no stronger foes about, they will do it. They're not like completely you know, nice guys, if you will, in that sort of sense, but they do have more honour. They won't just kill the innocent. They won't just, it's not really like they'll avoid killing innocents. They'll just avoid killing the weakest, because also, you know, you're drinking, like it says on the what's the actual word, and they said the fresh vital fluid of the living. So when they consume that fluid, the blood, you know, that becomes kind of part of the vampire at the end of the day. You know, that's what he uses to survive. And if it's taking it from, you know, weaklings, it's going to see that the blood it's drinking is weaker blood. That isn't going to make it stronger and may make the vampire stronger. You know, all these little inconsistencies, which I think is quite cool. And it says, it's said that the founder of their order was able to master his affliction by drinking the blood of a king among dragons. And the iconography of drakes feature heavily in the heraldry. I can honestly tell you guys I didn't read this beforehand, but I'm glad to see that I was right. I'm glad I said that before. And I really like it that they've kept that dragon theme over, because I don't believe that we should be stuck in the world that was. You know, that's clearly over and we're in Age of Sigmar. But I do like these little hints and ties they have from that, which is cool. And like the banner as well is absolutely awesome. Really, really big a fan of that. That's obviously like engraved on the banner, so you can paint that. You don't have to do that freehand, otherwise that'd be a load of bullshit. But no, it's still probably not the easiest thing to paint, but very rewarding when you do, because that banner is lovely, and then all like the blood drop gems and stuff. And then what does it say next? That's potentially the thumbnail of this video when this goes up. That is a lovely picture, but it says Blood Knights assemble themselves into martial orders, each with their own unique traditions. Though they differ in temperament, they all adhere to a strict code, and many fancy themselves as possessing a preserved sense of honour. That is a really cool picture, and it makes me wonder if I'm just trying to figure out the sub-allegiances for the for the Soulblight Gravelords book. And there's all sorts of things that you can think about, like I said in the White King video, like, maybe the book's kind of split into different parts in the sense of, like, the Soulblights, obviously the vampires and stuff, and you can go that route, or the Gravelords are like the White Kings and everything, you could go that route. But then it says, like, there's different ways to pick how your Blood Knights choose their orders and stuff. What did it say, just quickly? They have their own martial orders, so that could just be something like on a war scroll, like when you take them to battle, when you build your army list, you just on their war scroll gives you like 4 orders to choose from, and you can just pick one for your army list sort of thing. Or it could be something like the Host of the Everchosen, Slaves of Darkness book, where when you go for that one and you pick your Vanguard, you also pick a circle for your Vanguard and your army to be from. And it could be something like that. Like one of the sub-allegiances could be really heavy on like military martial might vampires, Soulblight, Blood Dragons, Blood Knights, and it could really aim. There could be basically, the Legion of Blood updated in Soulblight Gravelords, which really does focus on the Blood Knights. I think that we could see a hero come out for the Blood Knights, which would be absolutely awesome. I don't know, maybe the Nightmare's just a bit. Nightmare Steed's a bit bigger. Kind of like, a new version of the Red Duke or something from the world that was. Not saying it will be the Red Duke, but, a hero amongst these Blood Knights. But to be honest, like in the lore, like these are practically heroes. They're practically vampire lords in themselves. Like each one of these can best more than one other vampire. And a vampire, like in the lore, can best, tens upon tens of humans. So very, very strong individuals, and that artwork is amazing. Yeah, really, really like that. We got to the end of the article just a little bit there, but I just want to say, like, the artwork in this book is going to be incredible. I'm really, really excited. Even if I don't start this army straight away, because I've already got a lot of stuff in my backlog I'm working on before I buy anything else, like I've mentioned countless times in this channel recently. And I'm not buying anything new until I get that stuff done, but at some point in the future it would be nice to do this army. And even if I don't start it straight away, like I said, I will probably get the limited edition Battle Tome just because it's amazing. I know that won't be on the front, but the front cover is very nice. But the rest of the art will be amazing. Anyway, I ramble on. But it says, just with some highborn vampires, like the recently revealed Lady Annika, which I'm just going to click on that quickly. I think it was the one that looked weird, wasn't it? Yeah, the one that looked like It from the film. I wasn't a fan of that. Anyway, they delude themselves into the belief that they're somehow more than a murderous beast, reveling in the carnage and bloodshed. In their cold, unbeaten hearts, Blood Knights are all obsessed with the splash of gore across their armour. The scent of freshly split blood drives them into a frenzy of violence. While we can't reveal their rules quite yet, it's fair to say you'll want them leading the charge into your Soulblight Gravelord army. Keep an eye out for more information as the Battle Tome gets closer. And I just want to say, because they showed us the White King stuff last week, and then they showed us this week, it could show that the Battle Tome's not really too far away. Like, it could even come out we're in April now, aren't we? So it could even come out in May, maybe. I'm predicting the summer, or maybe when 3rd edition comes out, you could see a tie-in there. I think there's still a lot more models they're going to show us. I think we could see coming out for this army, but nothing guaranteed. But I think there is a lot more to see with that. That is what this article was. So they may be vampires, but Blood Knights are notoriously picky eaters. And I think that's cool. Like I said at the start, I didn't think we were going to see any rules in this video, so I'm not disappointed in that sense. I saw some really cool artwork and found out that their lore is very similar to how it was in the old world. I don't really have a problem with, to be honest with you, and maybe a hint of how the sub-lineage is going to work, because also they mentioned something like there's many hosts in the Soulblight Grave. Yeah, okay, well we've got with the Soulblight Gravelords gearing up for war. This is a great time to take a closer look at the Blood Knights, the elite cavalry of the vampire hosts. So maybe hosts are going to be the name of their sub-lineages. I don't know, really speculating here, but what I want to know is what you guys think of the Soulblight Gravelords in general. Are you getting excited to get into them? Will Blood Knights be one of your first picks for the army? Are you going to make an all Blood Knight army if you can? Let me know down below. What do you think of the artwork as well? Because like I said, that's kind of the main takeaway I got from this video. Like, that's just amazing. Like, maybe with the thumbnail, we'll see. Probably will be. But anyway, guys, with that, I'm going to thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, could you just do me a massive favour and smash the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification? Those are just 3 little buttons to press, and if you smash them, basically massively helps out the channel. It's absolutely free for you guys to do so. And by liking the video, it shows to YouTube that people are enjoying it, so hopefully we'll try and showcase it a bit more. And by subscribing to the channel, that's how the channel grows. And by pressing the bell notification, it means that you won't miss any of my future videos, and I'm going to do my absolute best to cover as much as I can on the Soulblight Gravelord. So if you're a particular fan of Soulblight Gravelords, make sure you press that bell notification for your sake. And if you feel like you know someone else who enjoyed the video, feel free to share it with them, and make sure to join the community in the Discord, which you'll find a link to that in the description down below. But what I also want to say as well is a massive shout out to my patrons and YouTube members, who because of them I can continue to create content for Warhammer Age of Sigmar and to help people continue in their Warhammer Age of Sigmar journey as much as I can. And if you would like to become one of these amazing people, click the join button next to the subscribe button. It will allow you to become a member of Age of Nagash, where you can give anything from £1 a month, goes straight towards helping the channel out, or you can find a link to my Patreon in the top description down below, which again takes to my Patreon. You give anything from $1 a month, goes straight towards keeping the channel going. As I always say, YouTube, Patreon and YouTube members don't cover for how much time and costs and everything I put into doing YouTube, but it's a reminder of how privileged I am to get support from people, and just to show that all the time and stuff I put in really is worth it. And these people are going to be my Vampire Lord and Zombie Dragon, which is going to be Stuart F. Thank you, Stuart, so much for supporting that tier. It's a massive support every month you give, so thank you so much for that. And then my Morgasts is going to be Filq and Bleed Red, who have been supporting the channel for a long time now, so thank you for your continued support. And then my vampires, very relevant for this video. I feel like I say that a lot, so I'm covering a lot of vampire stuff lately, but it's Mir, Martin S, Rouse321, David A, Ronni H, Doug P, SpareBear, Christopher H, Northdrop, and Nathan F. Thank you so much for your continued support. And then my Necromancers was Jacq.l, RadiationRiley, AW77, Dice Sagas, WolfNick, Michal W, Quad, Cranky Wombat, Crystal C, Crystal F, James S, Robin S, Steve T, James T, Patrick F, and JJ. Thank you all for your help. And it wasn't for you guys, no one would be watching this video now, and there wouldn't be any videos on Age of Nagash. So thank you for your continued support. If anyone would like to become one of these amazing people, like I said, click the join button or find the link to my Patreon in the top description down below. But if you can't do that, guys, and you did enjoy the video, all I ask is you smash the like, subscribe, and bell notification button. Absolutely free to do so, and really does help out the channel. Everyone who has been pressing those buttons hasn't gone unnoticed. I really do appreciate you. And above anything else, I'm just really glad that you came and checked out this video today. What I'd say as well is if you've got any questions or any speculations, anything like that on the Soulblight Gravelords, put them down below and I'll try and add to that conversation best I can. As obviously we're very new to the Soulblight Gravelords and we've only been shown what we know, but as someone who's been playing Death since the start of Age of Sigmar, I don't know what's going to come out and stuff, but I have a lot of experience and I can kind of guess quite a bit of it. So let me know your thoughts down below. And with that, guys, like I said, I'm going to thank you very much for watching this video. Remember until next time to stay safe, stay hygienic, wear a mask, and for God's sake, wash your hands. So by the time the Soulblight Gravelords come out, you can actually start using them. And above anything else, guys, and particularly for this video, remember until next time that Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.